Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this demonstration, I'm going to install and configure DFS replication in Windows Server 2022. So what is DFS? Distributed File System. The distributed file system namespaces is a role service in a Windows server that enables you to group share folders located on different server into one or more logically structured namespaces. This makes it possible to give users a virtual view of shared folders where a single path leads to files located on multiple servers. Let's configure the server first. Step by step we can follow the settings. Okay, so I'm going to open server manager and I will show you the basic settings of the server. For this purpose we have two more computer. Okay, this computer name is server 1 and the static IP address is 192.168.60.137. Click on manage and add roles and features. I'm going to configure Active Directory users and computers. For the Active Directory users and computer installation, I put it in my YouTube channel. Please go ahead and check and you will get the ideas how to install the Active Directory users and computers. And I'm going to close this and click on tools, and now I'm going to add a new forest, techglob.local. So let's restart the server. Open server manager again and click on tools and select Active Directory users and computers and expand the techglob.local. Create a new OU. The OU name is HR and right click and select new and create a group and type office and create a new user and Lyra, add to techglob.local and next and enter the password. And then I'm going to configure DNS. On preferred DNS server, I'm going to type 192.168.60.137, the same server IP address. And then going back to server manager and click on tools. Now I'm going to configure DNS server and right click reverse lookup zone and new zone. Then I'm going to set up Google DNS. The client computer can connect through the internet. Here I'm going to type 8.8.8.8 and click OK. Now, as you can see, the attempting resolve DNS Google. Click on OK and apply, then click OK again. And now I'm going back to the server 2, and this server I'm going to join with the DC server 1. This is the computer name server 2, and the static IP address is 192.168.60.138. Okay, so I'm going to enter the domain controller IP address, the second server preferred DNS. Now the second server joined with our domain controller, so this server required restart. Let's restart again. And also we have a client computer which is Windows 10, and let's configure the Windows 10. And the client computer we can join with the DC, which is domain controller, and the device name is PC1. And use the following DNS server address. The first preferred DNS server, I'm gonna enter the domain controller IP address, and alternative DNS server, the second server IP address. And click on OK. And let me go back to server 1 and click on tools and select Active Directory users and computers and click on computer. And as you can see, the server 2 and PC1, our client computer, is already listed in the domain controller. So now what we can do, select server manager and click on manage and add roles and features and click on next. And here you need to expand file and storage services and expand file and ISCSI services and scroll down, and here you can see DFS namespaces and DFS replication and click on next. And additional selection no needed, click on next and restart the destination server automatically if required. And also we need to configure server 2 Active Directory users and computers. The second server we cannot create a new forest, so I'm going to select the first option, add a domain controller to an existing domain and click on next. Additional options, you need to select replicate from, change any domain controller to our first server, okay, and click on next and next again. And this is review options, you can verify and continue next. And the server 1 DFS is already installation completed. I'm gonna close this. We need to install DFS on second server also. Add roles and features and next. And expand file and storage services and expand file and ISCSI services and scroll down. Click on DFS namespaces and select second DFS replication and next. No need to select any additional services. Click on next and select restart the destination server automatically if required. And now I'm going back to the server 1 and click on tools on the server manager and select DFS management. On the DFS management, I'm gonna right click and select new namespace and click on browse and select advanced and find now here the listed computers. First I'm gonna create a server 1 and click on next, and namespace and settings, I'm going to enter the name HR underscore replication and edit settings and browse. On this server only created see partitions. So right click and select new and folder. The folder name is HR, and select the HR folder again. Click OK and use custom permissions. Customize the security is everyone and full control. Read and write permissions and click on apply, then OK. The server1 folder location is c:/HR. This is the path, okay, and click on OK and next. And this is the client can access the folder location, and click on next and create. Now as you can see, you have successfully completed the new spaces wizard. Create spaces, status is success, okay. Expand the namespaces, and I'm going to right click again and add namespace server and click on browse and go to advanced and find, and this time I'm going to create a server 2 and edit settings. Click on browse. On the second server also I'm gonna create a new folder, write the name HR and click on OK and use custom permissions and customize, and the security is everyone, read and write permissions, okay, then click apply, then OK. And then click on namespaces servers. As you can see, now the server 1 and server 2, the share folder created successfully, okay. So then click on replication for syncing both server. Right click, new replication group and multi-purpose replication group and click on next. Name of replication group HR_replication. And the domain name is already selected, techglob.local, and click on next. And replication group members, I'm gonna select both server, click on advanced, find now, select server 1 and server 2 and click on OK. As you can see, server 1 and server 2 is selected, so click on next. And topology selections, the first option full mesh, okay, so click on next again, and replication group schedule and bandwidth selected full and click on next, and the primary member always server 1. Next, folders to replicate, click on add and browse and select server HR folder, okay. Next, and local path of HR on other members, click on edit, and here you need to select enable. The server 1 is down, so the second server will take an action to continue your file server without any data loss. You can continue with the same file. Click on browse and select the server 2 HR folder and click OK and continue next, and review settings and create replication group. These are the selections we have done, so click on create, and as you can see, you have successfully completed the new replication group wizard, okay. I think no errors found. Alright, all success, and click on close. Now we have completed the DFS configurations on first server. Alright, so the same settings automatically sync with the second server. we can check whether the second server is configuration has been done automatically, and click on server manager, go to tools and select DFS management, and as you can see, this is successfully synced with the second server. Alright, this is the folder path, and now what we can do, let's check on the client computer whether the file server is running or not. Now both server is synchronizing successfully with the file server. So let's go back to Windows 10 computer, signing with the Lyra user, and open run and type //techglob.local and /HR replication. Okay, and now you can see the file server is running successfully. For the testing purpose, I'm going to create a new file. Okay, let's go back to server and right click the server one, open Explorer, right click and create a text file, and simply I'm going to type Lyra, hit enter and open. I'm just typing hi Lyra, how are you? And then save, and I'm going back to Windows 10 computer. Now as you can see, the file is visible on Windows 10 machine. Okay, successfully we have done, and I'm just open that file, and now here you can see the file is running properly. And then let's go back to Windows Server 2, disable the namespace server. Okay, let's see whether the file is running properly or not. Now the server 1 is disabled, so let's go back to Windows 10 machine again and open the run, hit enter. Now here you can see the second server is taken action to run the file server. Okay, successfully running now. And let me go again and disable the second server also. Before disabling the second server, you need to enable the first server, namespace server. Okay, otherwise it won't work. Let me enable the namespace server 1 and right click and disable the second server. You open again, and now as you can see, continuously the file we can access. Okay, and also if you're facing any problem your server, so open run and type service.msc and hit enter. There is a service, select DFS namespace. This two service you need to restart. Right click and click on restart. The DFS server will restart the service, and again the second option, DFS replication, right click and all task and restart, and the same you need to start on the second server also. Alright, and dear viewers, if this video is really helpful for you, please do comments in my channel, like and share, subscribe the YouTube channel. See you in the next video.